Now, the awakening of Kundalini, or the concept of energy awakening in yoga, is different from mind training. Mind training, we use words. We use words to motivate ourselves. Whereas in Kundalini, the awakening is experience. You feel an awakening of a very powerful energy from the Muladhara, and it goes up the spine. And when we are practicing Kriya, occasionally you feel kind of a stirring in the body, kind of a pull in the consciousness to look deeper inside. Occasionally, sometimes we miss it because there are many thoughts. But when there are very less thoughts, then the feeling of this energy inside the body is much more prominent. So the focus that we are involved in, that from the time we start the practice of asanas to pranayama, is to be aware of the stirrings of energy inside the system, so that we can then fully focus on what is this stirrings from the body itself. These are not the stirrings of emotion, these are the stirrings of power. Again and again, as we mentioned in the Yoga Sutras, in the Yoga Shastras, in the Tantric literatures, and I've also mentioned many times that you individually must learn to be in a state of joy. And no matter what happens, you must not be cranky, must be joyful. It can be learned. We can learn to be in a state of joy. First we use the mind, right? First we use the mind to attain centeredness, and then when we do the practices, you can feel that when we do the practices, we don't have to think ourselves to be joyful. It just happens by itself, right? So it is a state. So that is the very reason why sadhana is so important to be practiced. That in order to feel that, sadhana or the practices must be incorporated into our daily, almost all the time life. And the tool is, what is the tool? What is the first ladder? What is the first step in the ladder? The thoughts, the vrittis. Even though yoga, the definition of yoga is chitta vritti nirodha, but it is the thought itself which leads to that state. So what is the state which we need to cultivate all the time? All the time, again and again. You drop, pick up, drop, wake up, drop, stand up.